It is us, our bottom line. How you guys doing this morning? It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always told you, could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Do your boy a favor, let me know if you're hearing the mic right now. I'd really appreciate that. We got the new monitor up. Hopefully that's gonna get us a better view. You know what I gotta do right now, but first, Trump, is that all? Is it all? Is this all a distraction from the Epstein files? That and much more. Now you know what we gotta do. Let's get that camera straight, you guys. Let's get it straight. Let's get it going. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's good. It's hump day. No, I'm not even trying to hear it. You serious? No, that did not just happen. That did not just happen. Are you sure? Let's just check and see. Because from what I see, looks like we're ready to go. Yeah, I'm going to cheat too. I'm going to be greedy now. I'm going to fix that back part over there by Maduro. Bring it up a little bit or down. Yeah, I'm going to go greedy. How you guys doing this morning? Hump day. It's Wednesday, y'all. Let's go. It's time to get it. I think I'm going to leave that. Leave it well enough alone. But you know I can't. I got to keep on messing around. Because I know we got time, so we're going to use it. Hope everybody's good this morning. That's right. Probably should just leave that. Leave it well enough alone, you guys. That's about it. I think I'm leaving it like that. That's about it. Everybody can see me. You guys can see the monitor. Just wanted to make sure that everything is in the view. Yeah, I think we're good. Probably a little too close. Wait a minute here. And I don't know. I'm not sure. It's kind of throwing me off here, guys. I'm sorry. But good morning. It's Wednesday. We're about to get it in. Try this. Because I know that Batty likes there to be a lot of room on the top just for phones and cell phones and stuff like that so that you guys can probably zoom in much better. It's a little bit crooked, but we going with that this morning, y'all. We going with that. Because I know you guys can see what's going on behind me. So I'd rather have a little bit of crookedness than nothing. See, we got everything else set up. Still didn't have to get a chance to put the stand up. Why? Because your boy had to put that big old monitor up by himself. But it's all good. Made sure that everything is set up and everything. Hope everybody can see everything behind me. Now we pretty good over here. Let me see. I just want to make sure. Very important to get everything inside the view so that you guys are not getting anything chopped out over there. I think we're good. I see Bill Clinton. Yeah, I see him. Think we're good, you guys. How y'all doing this morning? It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came in to chill with me, I appreciate you. Where's Batty at? Let me know how we're looking. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. I really appreciate that. Let me know about the visuals. The visual okay? Are we looking good on that? No, we're a little bit crooked, but hey, you can't get everything. You know how that goes, right? You guys, it's all good. It's Wednesday morning. I want to just give a nice prayer out before we start everything because prayer will always make it go right. I want to pray for everybody in the chat for great health, good spirits. Make sure that all our animals and all our families are secure. Who we got here in the building that we want to say some prayers for? We got Brian. I also see Batty Lynn. I see Liberty and Justice. We got Major. Casey's up in the building. Jennifer, Liberty and Justice. Okay, who else we got up in here? Jeffrey Spilker. That's right, you guys. Who else we got? Get those prayers in because amen. And I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. Woo! Once again, wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. One more time for your boy. Let's go. Wind it up. And I throw the wave because I know you was ready before me. So come on. I know you're ready to go. It's got to be 6 o'clock. Let's go. Doom, doom, doom. I'll do it for you. Olay. Don't play. That's right, you guys. We made it another morning. I can't tell you how happy I am to be here with you. It's our bottom line time. Y'all know what we about to do right now, right? Excuse me. We gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. That's how we do it in the morning time, you guys know. We gotta wake ourselves up sometimes, to get that extra wake up. Even though I've been up since about 2 o'clock, we still gotta open up those pores and get yourselves in the spirit. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. Doom, 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 doom. Snow. Doom, 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 doom. Snow. Doom, 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 doom. When the pimp's in the crib, ma, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When the pimps try to get at you, park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. If a ninja get attitude, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like I got the rollie on my wrist and I'm pouring Sean Dawn and I roll the best trees cause I got it going on. Snoop. Snoop. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 snoop, boom, 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 doo doo doo. When the pimp's in the crib, ma, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. If a ninja try to get at you, park it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, y'all know how we do it in the morning. We gotta open it up, have everybody happy. You gotta wake up in the morning and smile sometime. Y'all know what I'm talking, right? Because if pump that beat. It's Wednesday the 28th. That's right, y'all. 2026. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that and that. And we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Snoop. Snoop. Yeah, I used to work for the dog. He's a pretty cool dude. Very entertaining and a very happy kind of guy. I gotta tell y'all the truth. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. You've made it, yes, and I made it again. Another day, and I gotta thank the Lord for that because without Him, we wouldn't be able to do what we do this day or any other day. So I would love to thank Him for continuing to make us move forward and making sure that our families and our friends and our animals are safe. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. We only got a couple more days to the weekend, but you know what we gotta do over here, right? We got trending topics. We got current events. We got My Antics, the #1 chat that's in YouTube history yourselves. Gives yourself a round of applause. And what do we have to do? We got to get into a lot of stuff. That's right, you guys. So without any further ado, I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. All I'm going to ask you guys to do is stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from, what time it is as well. I love to do research and find out where you guys are getting where you're at. This way I go get content from where you are. Love to make the chat have a lot of, things that, oh, wait a minute, I'm from around there. I know something about that. Exactly. This way the content is very good and we can have a pretty nice dialogue. I want to thank everybody for being here. I really appreciate you guys all for being here this morning. I see Miss Swanza up in the building early. I see who we got up in here. I see Liberty and Justice, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, Mark Dorfman, Casey's up in here. Queen, how you doing, Queen? Chris, I see T Got Game, Keith, Liberty and Justice, Rebecca, and Les. Y'all know what it's time to do right now, right? Let's get into these titles. It's time to get to work, you guys. Whoa, looking a bit better over there. What we got over here this morning? We've got Trump. Is this all a distraction from the Epstein files? What's the distraction? What are they talking about? Let's go into a little bit. We got a little bit of Clinton subpoenas. We got some Ali Hussein, what's going on in Iran right now. We've got Nicolas Maduro. Also, just coming up the back is Jack Smith. Right behind those guys, you already see who that is, right? That's the protesters out in Minneapolis. A lot going on. Is this all a distraction from the Epstein files? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because secondly, we have Mexico sends 37 dangerous cartel members to the United States to face justice. They're already sending them back. Hopefully, we're going to have a lot more of this going on because they see that we're not playing. We're not taking no prisoners and we're making sure that they get what they deserve. Last but not least, what do we have? We've got Israel drops a bunker buster in Iran to strike an artillery chief. The mission was successful. Let me say that one more time. Israel drops a bunker buster in Iran to strike an artillery chief. Mission was successful. We got that plus much more. You guys, I can't wait to get into it. Trending topics, much more. Guess what? Without any further ado, let me get to work. Got to get you guys these first clips. Can't put my hand up there anymore because the TV comes down a little far. So I'm going to have to make sure I use the remote. But it's all good because we got information coming up, as you can see, from President Trump on the Will Cain show, where he spoke about Renee Good, as well as the Alex Pretty pow-powing and much more. Let's get into it, you guys.
Welcome back to the Will Cain Show, live from Iowa, and now we're here. We're here with President Donald J. Trump. Mr. President, great to see you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for doing this.
Well, you do have great ratings.
Well, thank you.
We check the ratings, but even if you had lousy ratings, I would do your show. You are terrific. You've been a terrific guy.
I anticipate they should do very well today with this type of guest today here on the Will Cain Show. Welcome back to the campaign trail. Welcome back to Iowa. How does it feel?
Well, I love Iowa. We've won it 3 times conclusively. There wasn't like any late night voting or anything. We just won it right at the beginning. The doors closed and they said Trump won. And I love the people. I just get along with the people.
I was watching the other room. You look back in your element. You're back with the people. What do you like better? Do you like this, standing on the stage at a rally, or do you like making a deal, maybe for Greenland?
I think I like maybe the rallies better. Deals are fun, but we're making a lot of good deals. We've made record-setting deals. We have $18 trillion coming into the country. That's why they're building auto plants, AI. They're building everything. With thousands of businesses are being built all over the country. And you're going to have a beautiful, very positive explosion sometime during the year when these things start opening up. But there's never been no country has done what we've done.
That explosion, that anticipated economic explosion, that's going to be important because you also need to do something that someone has done very rarely. You acknowledged this a couple of days ago with Maria Bartiromo, and that is for the president in power to win the midterms. I think it's been only twice since 1938 that the sitting president, the president in power, has won the midterms. Are you concerned?
Well, nobody can explain why. Even when we've had an amazing year, there's been a record-setting year in every way, and nobody can explain. Even presidents, whether it's Republican or Democrat, when they win, it doesn't make any difference. They seem to lose the midterm. So that's the only thing I worry about. I said, why? There's some psychological factor out there.
What do you think that is?
But I think it's like 2 in more than 50 years. Well, I don't know. Maybe they want to put up a guard fence. Maybe that you just don't know. It doesn't make sense. Even if a president did well, they seem to lose the midterms. But hopefully, we're going to change that around. We're doing great. We have the best polling numbers we've ever had. We have the best numbers in the country, lowest crime numbers in the history of our country. You know, Minnesota's in the.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm tripping. I'm like, what are you talking about midterm? You're not running again. I'm over here making sure I'm not showing a video from last year. Like, what's going on?
In the news a lot, but they don't. What they don't say is that Minnesota has low numbers because of the fact that we took thousands of hardened criminals out of Minnesota, so they had good crime numbers, believe it or not. And that's all working out. You know, we have Tom Homan there now. We put him in there. He's great.
Yeah,
and they met with the
exactly.
governor, the mayor, everybody else. And
Okay.
we're going to de-escalate a little bit. But I will tell you, you look at the numbers, they're doing better than they've done in many years because we took thousands of criminals out of Minnesota. You look at Washington, D.C., it was a very dangerous place a year and a half ago. Now it's as safe as you can get. You can walk your family down the middle of the street, nothing's going to happen. You know.
Well, let's get on over to Minnesota since you brought that up. Let's get on over and see what's going on with Governor. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to let you guys say it. That's right, you guys. There's a situation going on right now that he already talked about where the border czar, Tom Homan, is going to be going down to Minnesota, switching places, and he's going to be taking over. I don't know why they think that that's going to be a little easier, a little smoother, because Tom is even worse than who's there now. But okay, let's get on down here because agitators are turning on Tim Walz in Stormville, Minnesota, the capital, they were chanting outside of the governor's office. I want to show you guys much more of this from the beginning, but there's a lot. It's about a 5-minute clip. We don't do that much. So what I'm going to do is I'll go back here a little bit to show you what they were doing. Then we're going to come back up to where we're at over here at 241. Let's get this going. Let's go.
What do we want? Ice out. When do we want it? Now. Whose house is this? Our house. Whose house is this? Our house. Whose house is this? Our house. All right. I want all of you to know we are demanding that the governor, as he meets with Homan and other federal officials, to know that Minnesotans are not going to allow any less other than justice for Renee and justice for Alice.
Power to the people! Power to the people! No one is illegal! No one is illegal!
Are you?
Power to the people! Power to the people! No one is illegal! No one is illegal!
Oh boy, here we go. We got agitators who have stormed the Minnesota Capitol building as tensions intensify over the federal immigration operations in the state. Please pay attention to her face. Now that we can see it a little clearer, she's really sunken in, thinking about this, you know? On Tuesday, protesters entered the Minnesota Capitol building and chanted "Ice out now and do your job," only feet away from Governor Tim Walz's office. Before the protest, agitators planned to peacefully march to Walz's office, and then they continued to chant slogans such as "No one is illegal, power to the people." Protesters at the march were seen holding signs of Renee Gold and Alex Preddy, the Minneapolis residents who recently lost their lives by federal agents. Following the rising tensions between protesters and immigration and customs enforcement agents, U.S. President Donald Trump called Walz President Trump revealed he had a very good call with the governor and announced that the border czar Tom Homan would be sent to Minnesota. That's telling me that they're playing ball together now, and they're actually possibly gonna go back and forth and say, okay, you give us what we want, the illegals, and we'll take ICE out of Minnesota. That could be the possibility of what's the deal that's going on now, and then moving forward, the reason why the protesters were pretty angry about what was happening. Okay, sorry you guys, let me do one more thing. I forgot something real quick. I have to get that back because there was more there. There was more there at 241 that I forgot about. Sorry. Let me get this. I'm gonna let this commercial go. Wanted you to see the 241. I forgot about that.
What do we want?
So there's more at 241 that I wanted you guys to see here. Actually a little further back, but I'll take it from 241. Let's go there. Thank you.
Yes.
You know, we're doing a big investigation. I want to see the investigation. I'm going to be watching over it. I want a very honorable and honest investigation. I have to see it myself.
Well, here's Martha Kellner with more now from Minneapolis.
The major shift is Donald Trump making the decision to send his border czar, Tom Homan, to Minneapolis. He's expected to arrive in the state of Minnesota at some point today to take over from the man who is now the former Border Patrol commander, Gregory Bovino. Greg Bovino had been the face of Donald Trump's immigration blitz, very unpopular here. He was seen as being the man who led the culture of immigration agents in Minneapolis. So he was seen as having really contributed to this atmosphere of aggression from immigration agents towards people on the streets of Minnesota. And of course, he was the man who oversaw the operations which resulted ultimately in the death of 2 American citizens here. I think Greg Bovino's real downfall came in his reaction to the death of Alex Pretty. He called Alex Pretty an assassin. He said that the victims of that incident were his Border Patrol agents. Well, anyone watching those videos can tell that there is no evidence that Alex Pretty was an assassin or a domestic terrorist, or that he arrived at that scene intent on a massacre, which is what in the past the Trump administration have been claiming. Of course.
All right, that's enough. I'm sorry, that's enough. I gave you all I could. We got to keep on moving forward here. We got a lot more to get into, you guys. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up, because this, of course, is something that's very important and very serious that we have coming up right now as a topic. We have a situation going on in Iran where an on-cam Israel drops a boom, boom, boom on Hezbollah, and an artillery chief is no longer with us. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. Let's go. Let's get it. Now Israel unleashes this earth-shattering boom, 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 as you guys just saw there, and that was at an artillery location where they took out one of the chiefs. Bunker buster armed drones. Israel punishes Hezbollah for praising Iran's supreme leader, question mark. Not a single eyewitness narrative, strong Israel attack. A wave of Israeli airstrikes hit Hezbollah operatives and infrastructure across Lebanon on January the 25th. The Israel Defense Forces said with Lebanese officials reporting 2 casualties. And this is done with drones, basically. So you could send a drone somewhere, as long as that drone is armed with enough, boom, boom, boom to do what it needs to be done. Basically, it's not a problem. They can get that done. Another angle in another situation, another angle from the same situation of the site they got rocked. So you guys can get a little bit of more dialogue on what you were just seeing.
Ronnie will take this bulletin forward. Over to you, Susan.
Mohammed, thank you for reading those headlines. We're going to start with the breaking news for you. Tehran has now clarified on reports of an explosion at one of its nuclear sites. This comes after reports of an explosion at a military center in the Pakdash region. Iranian authorities now say that there is no report of an accident or explosion in this area, and these sounds were related to the routine and daily activities of this military center. The governor of Boogottinyc announced that investigations show that the sounds heard in Boogottinyc were related to daily tests at the Parchin military complex, and there was no incident or threat to the Boogottinyc city. It was further mentioned that such tests are carried out at specific time intervals, and there is no reason for citizens to worry.
I think that was a lie. I don't know. It don't seem like the truth to me because we just saw it different. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys double tap that screen and let me know. If you got a comment on that one, please correct. I love to see it. I love to know because it looked a little different to me. See, on over to Ukraine, where we got this embarrassing moment for Putin's troops who submit and give up to a robot in the Ukraine front line. Check this out. Yes, I said it. They gave up and surrendered to a robot. I think I would too, because it's not like you got a human being and your hands is up and you're like, sorry, can you please? This is a robot here. You don't know what this thing's gonna do. So yeah, we got footage of actual battlefield, can't say that other word. There's certain things on this man's shirt right here that you're gonna be able to identify with, and you're gonna basically see that probably the best thing for them to do was to surrender. Let's keep on moving forward. You guys check this out. Astonishing moment, a Ukrainian robot captures a group of terrified Russian soldiers. They were uddied. A lot of, from the wounds were all over them. As the heavily armed land robot pins in the Russians unit, they can then be seen getting up to surrender to its camera. So this is what you call like video warfare type stuff. They're not even out there with men. They got robots out there that's doing this. This is crazy. Imagine the real robots with the, yeah. Now, although Putin's troops have surrendered to the drones, this incident, I don't know how to say that, I don't know where that's at, is thought to be in the first involving a group of robots. This is crazy. I guarantee you there's men on the other side that's controlling these robots to tell them what to do. Now watch the man that come from the back. That's what I was trying to tell you guys. He's already been hit. Him over here. Now that incident involved the drone TW-762, a remotely operated unmanned ground vehicle. The mission was conducted entirely without human soldiers. System is equipped with artificial intelligence and elements that enable the robot to detect and track targets. Oh my God, that's just like that's straight up and down Terminator right there. That's the Terminator. For them, that was the Terminator. That's what I'm looking at. Yeah, that was him right there. I'll be back, but in real life. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen because you ain't gonna really see that nowhere else. I really appreciate it. Also, hit that notification bell down there so that you know we're on. We got much more to get into, you guys. I got a lot. Bovino out, Homan in. Trump's had enough. They're already talking about it. Let's get into it, you guys. Double tap that screen. I know y'all never seen nothing like that before, right? That was crazy. Let's go. Word. But before that, I forgot something that was like out of nowhere that happened yesterday, where someone that you probably know and love, and I apologize for something like this that happened to her, but this is something that came out of nowhere where she got sprayed with some sort of unknown substance during a town hall. We're talking none other than Ilhan Omar. Check this out, you guys, as she gets sprayed with some sort of substance that we have no idea what it is.
We are just getting a look at this disturbing moment. A man rushes at Congresswoman Ilhan Omar of Minnesota during a town hall in Minneapolis and sprays her with an unknown substance. Let's watch.
Or face impeachment.
The man was quickly taken down by security and removed from the room. Minneapolis police say Omar was uninjured and later finished speaking at the event.
Why she try to go over that like she was gonna do something? Why she do that? Like, what's that about? You saw that, y'all?
And adding tonight that they've arrested the man and booked him on third-degree assault. So far, he has not been named. You may remember Omar has been a frequent target of President Trump, who said on Monday that his DOJ and Congress are, in his words, looking at the Congresswoman. So far, there is no statement on this from Omar's office, but she said in the moment that she vowed to continue her town hall.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news.
Get those likes. So what y'all think about that one right there? That was pretty crazy out of nowhere, right? He came up to her and was like, take that. Some old nasty. He was like, what did he spray on you? She's like, I don't know. She tried to run over there like she was going, hit him with a 2-piece and a biscuit. Y'all saw that, right? Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. I want you guys to see that Bovino. What's going on right now. Bovino out, Holman in. Let's keep on moving forward, y'all. Let's go.
Tom Holman will be in Minneapolis. His first order of business, he's going to meet with Mayor Jacob Frey as President Trump looks to ease tensions between the state and the White House. The president spoke with both Frey and Governor Walz yesterday. And
good point. Somebody in the comments said probably a setup. Probably paid somebody to do that. Okay.
Posted about it. Fox News contributor Guy Benson joins us now. Guy, so much has changed in 24 hours. Tom Holman in, Bovino out to his original post, but they say not fired. What do you think?
Well, it seems like a demotion at the very least, and my guess is President Trump, and there were some sources whispering about this over the weekend, he was watching how everything went down in this terrible, deadly incident, the response, the statements that were made by high-ranking officials, and the backlash against the untruthfulness of some of those statements, or at least the debatable nature of what they were saying. And he said, enough of this. This is, among other things, a political and PR battle, and a way to lose it is to not have credibility with the public. And so he decided to send in Tom Holman, who's a very experienced guy. He understands the job through and through. He wants to take it very seriously and do it the right way. And I think that Trump going out of his way to note that Holman hadn't been involved in Minneapolis or Minnesota was sort of a blank slate moment to say, hey, this needs fresh eyes, fresh leadership. And by the way, he's reporting directly to me. That was a shakeup, and I think a needed one.
Right, and I think it's leadership, too. I'm going to take action. Kristi Noem, focus on FEMA and other things. But Minneapolis, we're going to put some fresh eyes in there that have credibility on both sides.
All right, so that's what they're doing over there. But then Tim Walz and Frey, they had a meeting with Trump, not a meeting, but basically there's a pivotal details of the Trump call as Tom Holman deploys to Minnesota.
President Trump touting a productive call with Minnesota leaders after speaking with both Governor Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey to try and reach an agreement of how to ease tensions on and amid the ongoing clashes in the state.
And Border Czar Tom Holman now preparing to meet with Mayor Frey today as well after being deployed by President Trump.
Matt Finn is live in Minneapolis with the details. Matt, coming together.
Hi, Ainsley. Yeah, the Trump administration is making some major strategic changes here in Minnesota. Tom Holman is now going to be the main point of contact on the ground.
Let's double tap that like button to get those likes up, you guys. I really would appreciate it. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell down there so you know when we're on. Come on now, let's go.
Will report directly to the president. Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino had been acting as a lead here, even recently hosting daily press conferences, but Bovino is now returning to be sector chief in El Centro, California, and other Border Patrol agents are leaving Minnesota as well. Tom Holman will be calling the shots. Fox has previously reported that Holman operates differently than Bovino, whose aggressive tactics are considered more aligned with DHS Secretary Kristi Noem and top White House advisor Stephen.
Y'all think it's going to get better now? Y'all messed up, because Tom Holman know how to do it like this.
Miller. It was also announced that Noem is set to testify before the House Judiciary Committee on March 3rd. Now, yesterday, the president said he had constructive calls with Governor Walz and Mayor Frey. Writing afterwards, Governor Tim Walz called me with the request to work together with respect to Minnesota. It was a very good call, and we actually seemed to be on a similar wavelength. I told Governor Walz I would have Tom Holman call him and that what we are looking for are any and all criminals that they have in their possession. Now, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said Homan was on a plane here to Minnesota yesterday. The president says Homan will meet with Mayor Fry today.
Now, that's why you see those guys, those people out there that were mad. They were picketing the governor's office. They was going off. That's the reason why, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward on the Border Patrol situations.
How do you see this transition from Bovino to Homan?
Sure, I see it as an escalation because the only...
Now, you see me being fair on this, right? You see I'm not just playing one sort of news on this, right? Okay.
Appropriate response after what happened to Alex Preddy was for ICE and CBP to leave the area. There's never been any reason for there to be thousands of federal agents on the ground. Now, when I see Homan, I see the architect of family separation under Trump's first administration. So I see someone who knows how to perhaps do things more quietly, but that does not mean that they will not continue to harass the residents of Minneapolis, do widespread racial profiling, and we'll probably just see more of what we saw in cities like Los Angeles, where you saw just Latinos stopped for just existing on the street. I mean, Minneapolis has gone through so much. The only appropriate response of President Trump is to follow all the different public leaders calling for de-escalation.
I think Minneapolis went through a lot, and so much, as you call it, is because they started getting involved in situations with officers and law enforcement that they should not have been getting involved with in the first place. If they have an issue that they feel like they want to push back about, they should go talk to the legislature. They could pick it. They can do a lot of stuff. But getting involved in certain manners and bringing out weapons and stuff like that, firing off stuff and making it get so like back and forth, I don't think that that was a good thing. And I'm not going to let out ICE that easy as well, because their tactics could have been much different as well.
Homan is an escalation. It is nothing more than that.
That's how I see it as well.
I would simply say that changing leadership isn't the goal. It's changing the approach that we really need.
Say more, Deborah. Say more.
Look, I agree with what Andrea said. Tom Homan has done some things that I'm very concerned about. Greg Bovino has done things that I'm very concerned about. Simply changing the leadership is like putting lipstick on a pig.
Boom! And it's funny you said that. It's funny she said that. Oink, oink. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. I was hoping that the other one would be on the monitor when that came up, because that looked like they kind of put some lipstick on a oink, oink. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Washington, where Tom Besson unpacks his takedown of Gavin Newsom. That's right, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. You know, these two been going at it for a while. I want to see if they ever get to a place where they see each other. I'm telling you, Scott got them hands. I saw that shiner that was on Elon's head that day. I'm telling you, let's go.
Scott Besson is here with more. Well, tell us how you really feel about it, Gavin.
Sean, good to be with you. And look, I used to be a teacher, and there's always one poor kid in the class who can't keep up and gets very frustrated. We know Kamala Harris couldn't keep up, so she would start laughing. Tim Walz would start shaking. Gavin Newsom lashes out. And I believe Gavin Newsom had to go all the way to Switzerland to see all the CEOs that he chased out of California.
Largest tax cuts in history. No tax on tips, overtime. Working people are helped. No tax on Social Security. That helps the elderly. We have the lowest gas prices in 4 years. We have inflation now finally in check. We have literally trillions in manufacturing, committed manufacturing dollars accelerated by 100% depreciation, 4.3% in the third quarter GDP growth. Atlanta Fed predicting 5.4% for the fourth quarter. What does that mean to the average American?
Sean, it means that President Trump's policies that we put in place last year are really starting to kick in now. I'm excited to go with him to Iowa tomorrow, and he is going to tell a great story, and he can tell it like no one else can tell it. And as you said, this is the one big beautiful bill kicking in on the business side. Full expensing. We've got a CapEx boom. CapEx boom is going to lead to an employment boom. Employment boom leads to a consumer spending boom. And then on the other side, as you said, his signature policies, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, deductibility of American-made cars. He's keeping his promises to working Americans. We announced the tax season is now open, and we're going to see substantial refunds for working Americans. They're going to change their withholding and have bigger take-home pays every 2 weeks, every month. So it's really an exciting time. And, you know, Sean, we've done it all with lower government spending. So we brought down...
Americans are about to feel the impact, finally, now that January is here, of the president's economic policies.
What do y'all think?
Working men and women will feel and see the difference every week.
And of course, and Sean, as you said, inflation's coming back down towards the Fed's target. We're seeing rents drop. We're seeing gasoline drop. We're seeing President Trump out there fighting every day for lower drug costs, and we're going to see that. And again, you know, affordability has two components, and we're going to see real wages go up for working Americans. So controlling cost, wages up, and as I said, these big tax refunds. So I think we're going to have a boom in 2026. And Sean, the important thing here is it's going to be a non-inflationary boom.
Let's see, Scott. We appreciate the hit with the information and the update, because we always want to know about that money, 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 money. Because right about now, we can use all that we can get. Myself and everybody else in the chat. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen and get those likes up. Now we got to keep on moving forward to watching Hagerman as he shows no mercy when he requests from January 6th committee. As you know, Jack Smith has been in front of the January 6th committee for a while now. Well, not for a while, but he had a long sit down. We're not able to show you guys the entire thing. But when there's certain clips that make sense to what we're talking about, I like to bring those clips up, and I like to let you guys see what we got going on here. So here we have some Hagerman information that has Jack Smith as he testifies before the House Judiciary Committee on the Trump investigation. Just a tip, just a little bit real quick.
Cummings recognized for 5 minutes. Mr. Smith, it was during your deposition with our committee that you revealed that you tasked your team, specifically J.P. Cooney, to engage with the partisan January 6th committee. You had to have known at the time the controversy surrounding this committee, including the fact that all of the members had been appointed by Nancy Pelosi, who disallowed the Republicans from being able to engage. Yet you proceeded anyway, raising numerous questions as to your strategy for conspiring with the J6 committee. You had every possible resource available to you. Your prosecution of President Trump was clearly a priority for the Biden administration, and it is clear that you had an unlimited budget. And you also left no stone unturned, even subpoenaing records from sitting members of the House and Senate. So what information could the J6 committee possess that you and the nation's top law enforcement agency could not obtain on your own?
I did request J.P. Cooney.
What did they have that you couldn't obtain on your own?
Abaduba.
In any investigation, you
What information did they have that you were not able to obtain on your own?
Baba Biba.
I couldn't know that until I had their information.
Was there anything there? Did you find that they had information that you were not able to obtain?
I don't recall specifically every bit of information. What I can tell you is we took in their information because we wanted to collect any information that could be relevant. We made our own independent assessment of the evidence.
So from the time that you were appointed as special counsel up to the date of your resignation in January of 2025, did you personally have any contact with any members, staff, or contractors of the House's January 6th Select Committee, and if so, who?
I do not believe I had contact with anybody personally from the January Select
The January 6th committee failed to archive or preserve its video recordings of witness interviews, deleting or destroying as many as 900 interview summaries or transcripts involving more than 1 full terabyte of digital data. I repeat, the J6th committee destroyed evidence. Let that sink in. Why would they do such a thing? I think we have a dang good idea. The committee actually used selective clips from these videos and transcripts during their hearings, and yet by destroying this evidence, they have denied Congress and the public the ability to obtain their full content and context. They created their narrative by selective use of the evidence before them. So how very convenient. Did you or your team receive any of those witness transcripts or video recordings of transcribed interviews from the Select Committee that were not released to the public?
What I can tell you is that I requested JP Cooney to contact the Select Committee.
Do you know if you received any of the evidence or testimony that the J6 Committee
I mean, it would be cool for you to let him finish, you know what I'm saying?
eventually destroyed?
I don't have any information that the J6 Committee.
You don't know
destroyed
one way
any-
or the other as you sit here today.
No, what I'm telling you is that I requested all the information we could get from the January 6th.
Has all of the information that you requested been preserved? All of the information from the J6 Committee, has that been preserved?
The information that we requested and received, we reviewed it. It was
Has it
part of
been
our
preserved?
file. Yes, as part
Thank
of
you.
our files.
Yeah, because I guess that's what you're really looking for. When you start off your questioning, Miss Hageman, I think she need to say like this. Check this out. I'm going to ask you some questions. These are going to be yes or no questions. Yes or no. Don't need to hear nothing else. Because you're not really letting them speak, and you have to be fair about certain things. Even if you're in battle, you got to be fair to the person you're battling. I mean, come on, guys. Someone in the comments said that, and I do agree on that point. Want to know how you guys feel about this specific topic right here. Do you feel that Jack Smith was put out there to actually be on a mission to do something that was negative and intention, and he knew it was something that intentionally that they were doing? Give me a thumbs up for that. If you think that that was something that was intentionally set upon what the overall goal was. Because we all are saying that this all came from the Steele dossier. A lot of people are saying that this entire situation originated from the Steele dossier. If you do not believe that, I want to see a thumbs down. If you do not believe that, if you do believe that Jack is doing his job, he was a stand-up guy and really was there, really was doing what he needed to do, and basically really got information that was actually going to be possibly able to, lock Trump up. If you think that, let's get a thumbs down. I just want to see if you guys, you just don't agree with what she just did, and you really think that he's really a good person, and he's really good at his job. And a lot of people said a lot of good things about him, as I've done my research as well. So there's two different points here that I'm trying to see. I want to see how you guys feel about the Jack Smith situation. But we're going to move forward as I see what you guys have to say here. We're going to go over to Mexico. As in the titles we saw, it said Mexico sent over 37 cartel members to the United States for prosecution. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. Let's go. Let's go. We're still moving.
37 members of Mexican drug cartels are now in the United States as the Trump administration puts pressure on governments to crack down on criminal networks, it says, are smuggling drugs across the border. Mexican authorities handed over important figures from the most infamous cartels who all had pending cases here in the U.S. Valeria Leon is covering the story from Mexico City.
On the first anniversary of President Trump's second term, Mexico announced the transfer of 37 inmates to the United States. This is the third operation of its kind in just
Not
1
too
year.
much on that topic.
Something
Okay.
unprecedented in the relationship between the two countries. In total, Mexico has now sent 92 high-risk criminals across the border. This latest transfer began at El Altiplano, one of Mexico's highest security prisons. 7 military aircraft flew the inmates into U.S. territory, sending them to 6 cities: San Diego, San Antonio, Washington, D.C., Houston, New York, and Pennsylvania. According to a post on X by Mexico's Secretary of Public Security, Omar Garcia Harfuch, these 37 inmates were operators within major criminal organizations and were considered a real threat to national security. The government emphasized that the operation respected Mexico's sovereignty and was carried out under the agreement that death penalty would not be considered. The request for their transfer came from the U.S. Department of Justice, but this wasn't the first time. Back in August, Mexico sent another 26 inmates to the U.S., a group that included figures like Juan Carlos Felix, the son-in-law of Sinaloa cartel co-founder Ismael El Mayo Zambada, and Servando Gómez Latuta, a well-known leader of Los Caballeros Templarios. That August operation had been preceded by the first transfer, carried out early in February, when Mexico handed over Rafael Caro Quintero, one of the most wanted fugitives in the United States since 1985, after the kidnapping and murder of DEA agent Kiki Camarena. And here's the key point. None of these three historic transfers were formal extraditions. Mexico insists they're not extraditions at all, but rather transfers carried out under a cooperation framework between both countries.
They also said that none of the people can get the D penalty, so that means that there's an agreement that's saying they can get a lot of jail time, probably get life, but there's an agreement that was cut that none of them can get the Gills Neff penalty. All 37 of these, as you already saw, they was bringing them in. They're going to be going to various cities and various states to face those charges of whatever they've been linked back to from their homes. Double tap that screen and get those likes up, you guys. I really would appreciate it. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Become a member. Hit that notification bell down there so that you know we're on. We do this every single day. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to And If I Can Make It There, I'll make it. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York. That's right. New York. That's where we're going right now, you guys. We got a situation where Thuntadant Kathy Jokul Hochul, she wanted to be a Thuntadant and she decided, oh, I don't want no money and no help from you. So guess what? Now, there's a crisis. Political Kathy Hochul's under immense pressure due to the fact that she refused aid when a snowstorm hit New York. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. And you wouldn't know, she wasn't refusing some money when it come down to a toll and when it come down to raising the train station, so the fare. So why she refusing this?
And there is this. Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman slamming New York Governor Kathy Hochul for refusing to accept federal assistance during this weekend's massive snowstorm. New York officials reporting at least 7 deaths that may be storm-related, and they are investigating. Now, Hochul posted to X on Saturday this. Secretary Noem offered assistance to New York ahead of the impending snowstorm. I shared that the fastest way to help is for ICE to back off so people feel safe.
So you angry at somebody for something that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, instead of taking some aid and taking some money. Secretary Noem offered assistance to New York ahead of the impending snowstorm. I shared the fastest way to help is if ICE was to back off so people feel safe accessing warm centers, shelters, hospitals, and houses of worship. That's personal right there. What about the aid that the people could have had?
Accessing warming centers, shelters, hospitals, and houses of worship. Blakeman, who's running for New York governor this year, calling Hochul's refusal irresponsible. And a prime example of...
I have to say it's very irresponsible myself, and it's not something that a good governor would actually do and really care about the people. It's nothing about you being personal, about something that's going on with you and somebody. It's about the people. That's what it's about. It's supposed to be for the community and the people that you govern. Stupid Thuntadant. Not supposed to be the governor in the first place. Don't let me get started on that one. Oh, calm down, Bugatti.
Of unhelpful politics. Ashley, Kathy Hochul just can't seem to let a good crisis get in the way of making her political points and going after President Trump, which she does almost on a daily basis.
Absolutely, Cheryl, and I really think this was a really bad move on her part. Obviously, this is something Blakeman's going to use consistently over the next year in regards to his election. This is what's happening across the country. I mean, you look even what's happening in Texas with the Democrats. When people are just so blinded by their hatred for Trump, they're getting in the way of really good legislating and really good leadership that they should have. And so I don't think you can run on anti-Trump or let's impeach Trump or all the different rhetoric that they use. They have to run their states, they have to run their congressional districts exactly how they should be. And it's just something disgraceful in my mind.
Yeah, no, Chris, obviously New Yorkers are just coming off of this horrific storm that did turn deadly.
What?
At least 6 deaths just here in the city in the cold
What?
temperatures, and Governor Hochul playing politics. I mean, this is about, managing the state that you vowed to protect and run, not going after, President Trump in the middle of what was a horrific and deadly snowstorm.
That's what happens when you have a governor that we lost. We really had a governor, sad to say. We had Cuomo in here. Cuomo was definitely the governor for a while. I know a lot of you guys don't like him. And because of his politics, he got kicked out, right? And now who do we have come in under him? The lieutenant mayor. That's how it happened, right? So now she gets in there. She goes around and she's doing whatever. All this DEI stuff fell right up under the Biden administration, started moving in with all the politics from that, and now she's still in power again. I can't wait for this lady to get out of stop being our mayor. I really can't. She's got to be the worst mayor in New York City history. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Thank you for the love. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, guys. You double tap the screen and get those likes up. And please, thank for the super chat. Really appreciate the $10. Thank you so much. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. This one here, it's just like a no-brainer. You don't take the monetary or don't take the aid. Stupid. And then people lose their lives.
Yeah, there's no political points to be won in a crisis normally, right? We have to take care of the people. People died, as you said so accurately. The point is that we got to accept help from wherever it comes from, and the feds are in a great position to help, and to refuse that is just seen as irresponsible, I think, across the board.
Ashley, New York City is a sanctuary city. I was speaking to Maria about this yesterday. I was just appalled at, the mayor of New York City, Zohran Mamdani, going out there when what you need to do is make sure that the snow is off the roads, get the plows out there, keep people safe, not go out and talk about abolishing ICE, which he keeps to do that.
It is 17 degrees, man, and it feels like it's 9 degrees outside right now. Ain't no beef with nobody. We all family. You all right? Come on. Come in here. No, I don't care if we had a problem, whatever. We got to look out for each other. Nothing is more important than life, man. Too many people losing their lives out of here because of simple stuff like not having anywhere to go. We talk about the animals all the time. It's even sadder to find out that people are losing their lives to the cold. The other day, this man, you heard about the man in Texas, we reported that. He went outside and picked up one of his customers and brought her inside of the house. We're going to do a file inside of the establishment, and I'm looking to see what's going on with that to follow up on that story. Because those are the things that we need to be worried about versus all of this crap that we out here talking about. I'm Republican, I'm Democrat. Can we at least help each other? All right, how about we live to fight another day and then get up and start arguing again? Can we care about that? But no, people don't even care about that. No. You want somebody to expire. It's not right, and it's not a good thing. I don't see that being right on any party, bottom line. Our bottom line. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go on over to Trump as he slams the political reporter. He said to her, she hasn't asked me a good question in years. You know how Trump get down. He don't be holding, he don't hold his punches, especially when he's talking to reporters. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go.
Some of your own administration officials have labeled Alex.
By the way, this is ABC fake news, this one. She hasn't asked me a good question in years. I think a nice woman, but I don't really like her too much. Go ahead, what'd you say? I'd say ABC's about as bad as they get.
Would you like to see the Why did you decide to shake up your leadership team in Minnesota and send Tom?
I do that all the time. I shake up teams. Everybody here, these are a lot of owners of farms and places, and you shake up your team. If they can't do the crops fast enough, they go. Look, we have an incredible team. We did something that nobody said was possible. We didn't go back to Congress and ask for legislation. We closed the border, and in the last 8 months, they have, and this is actually hard to believe, nobody crossed the border.
Said Trump is
nobody. They say no. I don't even know if that's possible. But it's Democrats that do the report. It's a very liberal group that does that report. It's a very important report. And for 9 months, I guess 8 months, 9 months, we have nobody coming into our country unless they come in legally. We want them to come in legally. You need people to work for you. But we did something that I would say people thought that was absolutely impossible, and we were able to do it. So we're very honored by what's happened to our country. In addition, we have $18 trillion coming in, building plants, building auto factories, building AI factories. Like no other country in the world has done what we've done in the last year.
Do your boy a favor. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. I really appreciate that. Let me get some comments. So I want to know what you guys are feeling about the show. What you got to say about this clip?
I think it's the most successful first-term president. There's never been a year like this in the history of the country.
All right, you guys, y'all see it. That was the end of it. We got to keep on moving forward because as we already know, Gavin Newsom is basically going to probably be running for president. That's probably the position that he's setting up right now to run for United States president. How many of you people think that Gavin Newsom would be a good president? Thumbs up if you think he'll be good. Thumbs down if you think that that would be a bad idea. Personally, and you do not have to take my point, I would say thumbs down, because if you can't run a state the way that you the way that you did California, I don't think that you'll be good. That the country will be good in your hands as well. Similar to when Tim Walz was trying to be the vice president and Kamala was running for presidency. Could you imagine if they were president and vice president right now? Now, I'm just going to say one thing real quick. I am not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican. And I'm not an independent. I am a human being. I like this person's doing something I believe in. I like what that person over there is doing. Okay, that was a good idea with that. There's no way I follow a party blindly. I'm sorry to say it that way. Because if I do that, that means that the negative things that they do, I would have to be behind that as well. I don't do that and I just can't. So it's really hard for me when it comes down to these times because a lot of people, oh, Bugatti, you're a Republican, you're a Trumper. Nope, I just don't like trans in school, trans. I don't like stuff going on with kids. Certain things that he does and he's about that I am for. Now, I'm not for a lot of other stuff. I'm not for a lot of the other stuff that he's probably doing. So I'm going to be honest with you guys about that. So I just want you guys to get an idea of who I am and how I come across. And I try to come across as fair and not try to just, my side all of the time. But if I feel strongly about a point for a reason, I'm going to say that. And then I'm also going to say you guys don't have to feel the same way. Because it's just like when you're talking to a friend, you guys should be able to have a conversation. You should be able to debate because maybe you'll get a solution out of that. That's how I look at it. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen and get those likes up.
California Governor Gavin Newsom incompetent as the Democrat hints at a potential 2028 presidential campaign, telling the California Post, quote, "I'm amazed Gavin wants to run for office. People love the dream of California, but they hate what's happening to them."
Joining us now is senior writer for the Washington Examiner and Fox News contributor Joe Concha. Joe, good morning to you. So I think the notable part of the story is that President Trump gave these comments to the California Post, which is the brand new sister publication to the New York Post. So the California edition of it will certainly deliver a whole different slate of stories to readers. Do you think that the California...
So I'm a moron because I'm not a Democrat, right? Get that person out of here. I normally would take that, but I said something very clear and I was being fair. Let's get Anthony the hell out of here. DF1CS. He can leave. Get the hell up out of here. Thank you.
California Post could actually impact the outcome of the 2028 primaries or presidential election?
Wow, it's a great question, Carly. And I think it at least can provide some balance from media perspective because the Los Angeles Times, San Francisco Chronicle, Sacramento Bee, just to name the three biggest papers in California, are profoundly liberal for the most part. The LA Times is trying to go a bit to the center, but for the most part, Gavin Newsom certainly does not get the kind of scrutiny that he should in terms of his record. And when you look at what that record is, highest taxes in the country, highest poverty rate, highest homeless rate, highest unemployment rate, the highest housing costs in the country. California is last out of 50 states in terms of cost of living. Newsom entered office with about an $80 billion surplus. Now he faces somewhere to a $30 to $40 billion deficit. And obviously now we're seeing reports of fraud that may be even more rampant in California than even in Minnesota. So when you look at all those homes that haven't been built from those devastating wildfires a year ago, Gavin Newsom doesn't have a record to run on. So now he's hoping for what Charlie Kirk once said after interviewing Newsom, a goldfish memory as far as voters are concerned, and they hope that the legacy media doesn't analyze that record. Just looking at Gavin's hair, teeth, and his ability to troll Trump appears to be what is being reported on right now. But what's the record, and how's he going to run the country? Will it be like California? That's the big question. That's what the California Post is going to bring to, and is bringing to the Golden State right now.
I do not think that that'd be a good idea at all. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, Independent. I do not think it'd be it wouldn't make any sense to let Gavin Newsom be the president of the United States. I don't think Mayor Adams should be the president of the United States. I don't think that Jasmine Crockett should be the president of the United States. There's a lot of people out here that should not be the president of the United States. I'm just telling you guys straight up and down. That's how I feel about it. And again, you don't have to feel the same way I do. That's just how I feel about it. Washington, let's keep on going. We got some distractions going on, huh? All of this smoke screens, got Minnesota, got Iran, got all this stuff going on with Maduro and Venezuela. Yeah, all this stuff going on, right? Are these smoke screens, huh? Is this a situation where they're trying to cover up what's really being covered up? The Epstein files? Let's get into it. You guys double tap that screen and get those likes up. There's not a lot. There's not a lot to talk about. There is not much to get into it. There isn't, because I can't give you something that we do not have. I can't give you content that there isn't. I can't make up files. I can't tell you stuff about Virginia that you don't even already know. We've done so much follow-up on this show. If anybody's been following, we know probably much more about these Epstein files than anybody else. So we have to get the information as it comes in. We got some information that came in, and it's not much, but they're saying it's a distraction from the Epstein files when it comes down to Trump ramping up chaos in Minnesota, and so what? I'm not saying it, they are. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. Also, I'd appreciate, let's get those members up. Let's get those subscriptions, memberships up. I think those are free. No, subscribe. The subscriptions are free. Let's go ahead and get those subscriptions up. Let's go.
Michelle, I wanted to ask you about another topic. 1 month has now passed since Congress's deadline for the Justice Department to release all files on the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. But the DOJ says it's made available less than what?
Anybody ever see Good Times? Florida Evans? Damn. And Florida Evans, that's my homegirl. But looking a little Florida Evans over here. Afro was a little bigger. She'd be able to do the part.
1% of those files. And you see, many people are saying, is he going after Minneapolis, saying he's going to take Greenland, taking the president of Venezuela and possibly threatening to bomb Iran to take attention away? Could that be it? You see a sensitivity at the Dearborn auto plant when a worker yelled, pedophile protector, and he turned around and gave him the finger and mouthed the words, F you, but said the curse?
Well, it's certainly inconsistent with what were the campaign promises. The campaign promises to those who supported Trump and those who didn't was that the files would be released. All of the files. Now, that's not happened. So, and that's critically important. Now, you've raised, is this all a distraction so that because the files are not being released? Well, it certainly does raise those very important questions, and even more so, the fact that there are victims and survivors out there, and including those who've committed suicide, who are no longer with us, such as Virginia Giuffre. And it's a neglect of what was promised. It raises some very serious questions about what remains in the Epstein files. And Americans want to know and deserve to know, and what has been released, and some of which people have been able to undo the redactions of those. It's incredibly alarming. It very much is. And it's a travesty, because behind it all, what it suggests is that the federal government is unwilling to do what is necessary in order to protect young people from sexual violence. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what this truly is about.
Michelle Goodwin, I want to thank you.
All right, Michelle Goodwin coming in from Georgetown. That's right. Y'all see it, dropping it like it's not. You know what I'm saying? Letting y'all know what's going going on. As much as we can get, we're trying. We're trying to get as much information as we can.
For being with us, Professor of Constitutional Law and Global Health.
And even though it's on one side, the other side, whatever side, I don't care. As long as it's info, the top us off and let us know what's going on out there to get us closer to where we're trying to get. Hopefully we can get some more information. They're saying that they're going to get these redactions out to us very soon. It's already way past the deadline, as you guys already know. Do me a favor and double tap that screen. We got to keep on moving forward. We got the House Oversight Committee to depose who in the Jeffrey Epstein files. Who you think is going to be? They're saying that Ghislaine is going to get deposed, but also they're saying that she's going to plead the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. They're saying she's going to plead the 5th on this one, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward.
A former girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein will talk with lawmakers. Ghislaine Maxwell is expected to give a deposition before the House Oversight Committee. The chairman of the committee says she is expected to be there but plead the 5th. That means she will not say anything because it's her right to remain silent. Maxwell was convicted of child sex trafficking and is currently serving 20 years in prison. The deposition is scheduled for February 9th.
And this one right here, you guys, you remember yesterday when I kind of showed you something, but I couldn't really say too much because of how it was going on and what was going down in that situation. Don't want to verbally say because then might be a little issue. So what I'm going to do right now is just say, just watch this situation right here because this person, I guess he really went for his, and he walks right inside of an area and basically boom, 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 had it on him. Went right up to the mayor's office and like one of the major people out there in Afghanistan, they do stuff that a lot of us probably would not do. You know, when it comes down to sacrificing yourself for something, you know, a mission statement is pretty crazy. I want you guys to see this clip right here. I can't say too much about it, but what I can say, I will. Let's get into it, you guys. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. And pretty graphic, so no kids at all. Also, do me a favor. This man is believed to have a situation going on with the Taliban governor. Boom, 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 the Taliban governor. And he had the boom, boom, boom on him. So he was willing to go out with it. That's what I'm basically trying to say. Hopefully you guys can read along with the screen a little bit. Not much I can verbally say on this one. Closed camera footage of moments before a high-profile situation. That's that footage that shows him, over there. Went inside the governor's office. They got some footage of him moments before it happened. You can see him walking freely, undetected inside the governor's office. Moments later, he let it go. Doom, doom, doom. And Islamic State province has emerged as the key suspect in a high-profile situation. Victim, no longer here with us. The governor was known for fighting rivals, states, and Providence jihadists. It happened on the second floor at his office. So again, they said somebody walked in, had it on him, and boom, boom, boom. That's somebody that really sacrificed it right there, you guys. You're not going to see that anywhere else. I know you're not, because you're scared to show it. I am too. But do me a favor. I really appreciate it. All I'm asking for is a like. All I'm asking for is one little like, no dough. Because I know it's hard out here for a pimp. So I try not to hit your pockets. But I would appreciate it if you can get a like going on for the content that we're showing you right now. Also, we got some dire straits that's going on would devastate the economy of Florida. Lawmakers are warning. Check this out, you guys. Let's get on down to Florida. Yeah, there's a lot of craziness going on out there all over the world.
The White House reportedly is evaluating a complete blockade of all oil deliveries to cripple communist Cuba. More reports indicate Cuba is on the brink of economic collapse. Joining us now from House Ways and Means, he's Florida GOP Congressman and U.S. Army veteran Captain Greg Stubbe. Congressman, it's good to see you. What would a complete ban, it's great to have you on. What would a complete ban, it would be a major escalation from disrupting just Venezuela's oil export. Cuba gets oil from Mexico too. What do you expect would happen?
Yeah, I would think the Mexicans are going to want to cooperate with us given the bilateral relationship that we have. You've seen the dire straits in Cuba because of the Venezuela sanctions. All of this oil is sanctioned oil and operating illegally in international waters. So the United States has the ability, just like we have done with the Venezuelan oil tankers, to seize them. Even with those operations, you've seen the crippling of Cuba's economy. It's very grim there. I think more steps to curb any type of oil going into Cuba will have a devastating effect to their economy.
This is Trump getting communism out of the Western Hemisphere. Political quoted anonymous sources who said that oil is a chokehold to kill off communist Cuba's regime. They've been in power since 1959. That this is a, quote, 100% 2026 event in the view of the White House. Do you see this happening this year? We got Secretary of State Marco Rubio. He's going to testify Wednesday about the ousting of Venezuela's communist dictator Maduro. Do you see this Cuba collapsing a 2026 event?
I certainly think it could, because they rely so heavily on Venezuelan oil, and that's completely cut off. That's their form of income. It's sanctioned oil that they use. It's at a discount that they use to pay for their communist regime and their communist government in Cuba. So you could absolutely see in 6 months what the economy of Cuba looks like today. It's going to obviously be in much worse shape. I think you could see by the end of the year them being in a position where hopefully the ruling class, the communist class, will give up, strike a deal either with the United States or decide to have a democratic free election. That would be a great thing for the state of Cuba.
Congressman, let's switch gears. We know
So that means all of those political prisoners, everybody that's down there on the run, all of that's going to be gone, you guys. There's no more political coverage and none of that, especially if they're asking for help. They're going to say, we want all of those prisoners. We want all of those people that escaped, all of those people that got away, all of those people that went down there. You're going to have to cut a deal. You already see they're actually cut a deal when it comes down to the immigration situation. So they're going to ask for a deal for those people if there's anyone down there on the run. So double tap that screen and keep on moving forward, you guys, because now suspect faces 20 years in prison for alleged charity fraud. This is the ramen noodle king right here. It's got to be ramen noodle king. Got to be him. Got to be. If not, I want to know who it is. Let me see who this is.
To another Fox News alert, the feds just busted a California charity executive accused of stealing millions from the not-profit he runs. National correspondent Matt Finn has the details.
Not-profit.
Exclusive video of the feds' early morning bust of a California man prosecutors say brazenly misused up to 23 million state taxpayer dollars meant for the homeless to piggy bank a lavish lifestyle, including a $7 million Los Angeles mansion, a second home in Greece, Hermes clothing, and an estimated $125,000 luxury SUV.
People are literally dying, and this guy is out vacationing, buying homes, buying Range Rovers, and going shopping.
Federal prosecutors charged 42-year-old Alexander Sufer with wire fraud, saying Sufer contracted with LA City and County to house and feed 600 homeless people, providing them with 3 nourishing meals a day. But during one inspection by local officials, they say Sufer had only canned beans and ramen noodles at one of his facilities, and he was unable to produce legitimate documents to show he was housing and feeding the 600 people he was contracted for. LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman's office has been running a parallel investigation and has also filed 11 state charges.
My message again to the Mr. Soufers of the world, the people who've illegally gone ahead and defrauded the homeless programs out of either dollars, hundreds of thousands, or millions of dollars, stop.
First Assistant U.S. Attorney.
That's why Nick Shirley said that California and Los Angeles is going to be much worse than the fraud that they found in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So you think Gavin Newsom should be the president with this going on?
Bill Asaley says his office is investigating 24 similar homeless fraud cases in California where billions of homeless dollars have been spent.
California was pushing this money out quickly. A lot of money went out the door with, frankly, very little vetting, very little checks and balances, and he's one of the individuals that got it.
And the suspect faces up to 20 years in prison if convicted on the federal charges, 17 years if convicted on the state charges.
Yeah, we got some updated information on TikTok right now. As we know, everybody's kind of like pushing back against TikTok now. And I kind of told you guys about this, but nobody wanted to listen to me. Everybody wanted to do their TikTok dances and everything and all of that. I said, hey, they're going to try to get your information. They might get your credit card info. So what? Still want to do your thing, get your sales on. I get it. I understand. But now, Hagata come back to bite you on the butt like a pit bull. That's right. We got a situation over here where they're asking, the question is, did TikTok suppress videos about the Minnesota ice powwowing? Let's get into it, you guys. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. Let's see what's going on with this TikTok situation.
TikTok is used by millions of people in the U.S. every day, but now it's facing nationwide backlash over a new policy and claims of suppressing videos during the deadly Border Patrol shooting of a man in Minneapolis.
NBC4's McCullough Medina live with more on that and the response from TikTok. Mac.
Yeah, Colleen and Jonathan, TikTok says that it was a technical outage. That's what's to blame, not censorship. It also is clarifying the new user agreement after the company officially was taken over by U.S. investors just over the last week or so. They say it does expend.
How come nobody told us this? Come on, man. I'm trying to hide the information from us taken over by U.S. investors. Okay.
Expand, rather, how much data the company is collecting.
I am quitting TikTok.
TikTok videos like these have been circulating online today as users react to an updated privacy policy. The revised agreement allows TikTok to collect more detailed information, including precise location data, expanded interaction with AI tools, and broader use of personal data across advertising partners. One creator,
and here's some things you can actually do about it.
Sean SVV, a tech consumer advocate, posted a video trying to explain the agreements. He says parts of it raises concerns, especially for immigrant communities.
That are absolutely valid to be concerned about, like what type of data they're collecting, how they can use it, and which business partners they can share with now.
But NBC.
So that's right. Now to the fact that, let's say, since the United States now owns TikTok, that you heard that they took over 4 days ago. So now if you're an illegal or immigrant, illegal, and that information can go back to who? Same way it was going back in China, to the communist regime, especially if they have part ownership in it. So anybody that's on TikTok, if any of your family members are illegal immigrants, you may not want to put them on your TikTok or tell them to have a TikTok because their address goes back to their account.
News legal analyst Angelus Nadella says some of the fears may be misplaced.
Now it appears that they are collecting things like immigration status and racial and ethnic status, and as a result, that is terrifying to a lot of users. But I want to note that, first of all, they have likely always been doing this, and second of all, this disclosure is something that is required in order for them to...
It's not likely that they've always been doing this. It's that they've always been doing this, and just now the capital from it was going over to it's going over, instead of going over to China, it's now coming over to the United States because there's new owners. Before it was a communist bite dance or something like that it was going to.
Even have their algorithms.
Still, the controversy isn't just about privacy. In recent days, users have claimed videos about the Minneapolis shooting involving federal immigration agents were suppressed, receiving unusually low views or failing to appear on feeds at all. TikTok denies any deliberate restrictions and points instead to technical problems across the platform. Posting on X, we've been working to restore our services following a power outage. TikTok now says the outage has been stabilized.
This is not the best time for TikTok to be down because it does seem like anyone who's speaking about that is suppressed.
Now, the company has not provided any details on how widespread that outage was over the weekend. As for the new settings, TikTok encourages users to go inside the app to read the settings, and they can also adjust the level of privacy they want to allow the app to have. We're live in Long Beach. I'm Colin Medina, NBC4 News.
So you got to go inside your app now to let them say, all right, this is the amount of privacy I want to have. See, a lot of this stuff we didn't even know about. Ain't nobody tell us none of this stuff. That's crazy. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up. Because if you got TikTok after the show, you might want to go check out the privacy. You might want to go check out and see what's going on back there. Technical stuff, right? Crazy information, right? Wait a minute. What you say? Then it says something about, I don't want to say that. We're going to keep on moving forward. We hope you have a great day. Okay, no, almost 300, show the love. That's right, you guys. You got to get those likes up. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. Because now we got some chaos that erupted outside that Minnesota hotel. The housing agents took 26 people. 26 people were actually arrested from that Hampton Inn situation that happened. So now, because they found out the Hampton Inn was housing ICE agents, they went out there and started picketing, rioting, and doing much more. And as a result, 26 people were arrested. This is about to come to an end soon, maybe.
Nobody is resisting our bitch asses, it's just weak. And look at this fat ass still standing there like a piece of shit. Show that ass, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Piece of shit. Freedom of speech, right? Ain't that the law? Ain't that the fucking law? Step on. Hey, I want to speak to Charles now. Press.
So this is what was going on the ground out there after this hotel situation.
Back up that way. Yep, yes. Inside the circle, please. Hey, back up. Back up this way. Oh, that way. So sorry. Yep. Back behind the line, please. Back behind the line. See all the cops behind you? You're about to back into them. Back behind the line. Moving. Yeah, you're good. Back there.
Then you got all of these fake reporters out there that are just running up with the cameras. You guys ever notice that? There's more people that's running up like this, wanting to get content, than people actually active. And then the people that are active, they're active with their cameras, or they're active just like, is it that serious? Like, are you out there to protest, or are you trying to get content to try to get some likes and double taps on that screen like your boy Bugatti is? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go on over to Washington, where the former Olympian, that's right, Mr. Brian Wedding, was arrested during the drug trafficking. We got much more to break down when it comes down to what he got charged with, and now he finally appeared in court. Check this out, you guys. Let's go.
Federal court, his lawyer disputed claims that he surrendered to authorities, insisting he was apprehended unexpectedly while being on the run. Of course,
he does not want the other people in the cartel and the other bosses to think that he gave up. So his lawyer is making it very clear that he was on the run and he got caught. Don't want them to think that he's telling. It was very important for him to say. Check it out.
Porsche Wedding is accused of moving as much as 60 tons of cocaine between countries, as his drug trafficking group, believed to be one of the largest suppliers of cocaine in Canada. Let's be joined right now by Michelle McPhee with LA Mag. Thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. And obviously a lot to get into, but the most adamant from the lawyer there yesterday was that he did not necessarily surrender. He was apprehended. Why is that important?
Well, I think that nuance is extremely important, especially in this world that he has occupied for such a long time. You know, Ryan Wedding is the most unlikely, you would think, of narco kingpins. The alleged head, the government has put out there of a very large narco trafficking ring that is responsible for multiple murders. He's only 44 years old. He's a former Olympic athlete. And I think that the idea...
Do you guys understand what a ton is? You know, a car might weigh a ton. Imagine 60 cars. Yeah, 60 cars worth of that. Hunter, I can feel it. They would have been great friends. Matter of fact, he probably would have beat up Hunter. Hunter would have probably been all up in his stash. Like, yo, Hunter, where you at? I'm back here. Yo, what you doing? You made a slalom out of it? What's going on with you? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys.
That he surrendered would suggest to his criminal compatriots that perhaps he made a deal with U.S. officials, and his attorney, who's an interesting guy himself, Anthony Colombo, was very adamant that Ryan Wedding was caught off guard, he was captured, and no deals are on the table whatsoever. He is just a guy who had a $15 million bounty on his head for a very long time that was finally tracked down and taken into...
Snitches get stitches, dog. We can get you inside there too. Don't be telling. You a real high caliber dude. Don't be telling on nobody else. Have him coming to get us. But you know that's probably what he gonna do, right? No, I didn't do nothing. They came and got me. Yeah, we gonna do a deal real quick to get me up out of here. I know 7 other dudes. Yeah, y'all know I'm straight. I don't get down like that. You already know. I'm gonna ride this to the end. I got my people. My lawyer's gonna take care of me. Yeah, what they talking about over there? 10 years? Oh yeah, change my face and all of that. Okay, cool. Wait till I get up off this camera. We gonna sign that. Yeah, okay, you got yeah. You never know what he gonna do.
Custody by U.S. officials.
We'll get into the attorney, the lawyer, Alex Colombo, here in just a little bit. But what's the core of the government's case against Ryan Wedding? What do they have on him? Because obviously some of these charges, some 17 potentially felony charges connected to drug trafficking and, as you mentioned, murder. What is the core of the government's case?
The core of the government's case is that Ryan Wedding sat atop of this empire that essentially brought drugs in from Colombia to Mexico and then into Los Angeles, where he had teamed up with a trucking family that was going to cart all of these drugs. I think in the indictment they talk about 60 metric tons of cocaine that was being stashed all over the Los Angeles area before it was moved into Canada. And in order to protect this $1 billion a year enterprise, Ryan Wedding was willing to wipe out his enemies or anyone who got in his way. And according to the government, he hired a litany of hitmen to pull off these very high-profile murders, the most extreme of which, the government might say, is the sophisticated and assassination of a government witness, somebody that he had met while he was serving a very short stint in prison when he first got his start in the drug trade down here in California.
That is so very...
Oh man, yeah, homeboy was official. He went all the way in and he wanted them to know I'm all the way in. So again, he don't want to snitch right now. You know, I'm trying to tell. Think about it, if he got family, if he got other people that he got out there that he don't want to get in any trouble. You got to take that hit right there, bro. That's when you get to the point where you're so big, you got to take the hit. And it also comes back to, you got to know when to hold 'em. Right there. Know when to fold 'em. Know when to walk away. But he should have ran instead of counting his money while you're sitting at the table, 'cause there'll be time enough to count it when the dealing's done. We got to get on over to Los Angeles, you guys. I am championing this homeowner. I am saying that many more homeowners need to do what this homeowner did when someone tried to break into their home. You know what he did, right? Pow, 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 pow. Yep, that's what he did. I can't say the other stuff, but I'm going to let them say it. We got some breaking news in Los Angeles. Come on to the front of the stage, y'all.
News right now, a homeowner opens fire on 2 burglary suspects.
This happened early this morning at a home in Studio City.
Eyewitness News reporter Carly Gomez joins us live with the very latest. Carly?
Good morning, you guys. Yeah, we are getting vague details from police on exactly what took place here on Laurel Crest Drive in Studio City, but you can see the home behind me. There is plenty of security. There are security cameras, an iron gate, as well as an alarm system here, but would-be burglars still were able to break in, and now one neighbor is giving us more insight into exactly what may have happened.
You could
They
hear
gonna try to break
it was
in
like
there
they were
again.
running into the vegetation.
Diana lives across the street and says she was awakened by the sound of an idling car. Her husband went out to investigate.
So he came back out, got very close to them, took a picture of their plate, the back end of the car, and still
Thank you,
that didn't
Dappy.
seem to change anything.
Moments later, she says she heard a gunshot and running.
Get
Thank
into
you,
the
Tony.
car door slammed.
Tanya.
The alarm went off on the house
Thank you,
at
Tanya.
that point, and the car just sped off.
LAPD says the homeowner fired shots before the burglars fled.
Good.
Diana says she called 911 and was able to identify the vehicle, but wasn't able to describe the suspects. Neighbors say more needs to be done to stop the break-ins.
This city has gotten so dangerous, as you know, probably if you live here. Crime is out of control.
Diana says she is shocked
wanted
at
to be
how
the
bold the
president.
suspects were, especially when people were home. She just says she wishes more neighbors could band together to keep an eye out, and another neighbor agrees.
It could happen wherever you move. So it really just makes me think of like, you know, what's happening? Like maybe there needs to be more that we do like in the neighborhood and watch.
Quiet neighborhood, but sometimes that is not a good thing.
Yeah.
It's not clear if the burglars were able to get away with anything, but LAPD says that homeowner was not hurt. Those suspects, no word on their condition.
I guarantee you, they won't, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, they will not be back. That fool got a gun. He was busting at us, yo. We lucky to get up out of there. That's what they thinking. That's what needs to be more of. More pit bulls and more boom, boom, boom. Come on, break in. Because you know what's going to happen if you break in here? Now you can't get out. I'm going to let them get you. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. We got to get on over to Indonesia where passengers escape a harrowing plane crash. That's right. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. I want you guys to see this right. This is kind of crazy right here. I feel, woo. Let's check this out. Let's go.
Apa-apaan ini?
Siang ini di Pantai Kaladiri pesawat jatuh di laut. Anak-anak ada berenang untuk
Plane crashed in the
orang-orang
water.
di pesawat itu.
They're all trying to stay on top of it and float. I don't think that's a good idea. Lucky they're next to a pier somewhere. I'd be swimming if I was them. This is in Indonesia, guys. Again,
Pesawat jatuh di Pantai Kaladiri,
lucky that they
depan
wound up in the
bandara.
water.
Kami masyarakat bersama orang perusahaan yang menolong ini.
Crazy, y'all. They're lucky to be alive. They could have hit anything.
Masyarakat setempat dengan orang perusahaan yang menolong.
If I was them, I'd just swim to the shore. At this point, what you staying on the plane for? I'd be like, yo, I'm out. I'm gonna go up there and get up on the land. I'll let y'all stay up over there. What you gonna try to get? What, they waiting for their luggage? Exactly. Y'all was gonna have to get wet anyway on that trip right there. Y'all better be praying as y'all swimming back to shore. What y'all waiting for your bag? I got my bag still on the plane. Man, if you don't get your ass out of here talking about some bag. Yeah, but I had a gift for my nana. Nigga, your nana probably wasn't gonna see you again. Let's keep on moving forward over to this Navy situation where this submarine crashes through some polar ice. This is crazy right here. I don't know if you guys ever saw something like this. You ever see like the ocean? You never noticed that submarines actually travel under the ice and they have air and air conditioners and all of that to keep them alive? I just was kind of fascinated about this. Like, wait a minute. They just crashed through that ice like that? Watch this. This is crazy right here. So this is what a submarine can actually do. So you don't know where they at. They could be anywhere. testing for the location where they're gonna come up from. Listening with the microphone.
Hey guys, they're coming up!
This is crazy. Never saw nothing like this before. You can see how thick the ice was from what's left on the top up there of the cap. I know there's a lot of people like, what the? Yes, that's a submarine, you guys, crashing through some ice. Give you guys a little bit more content up here. They chilling. They're gonna throw their flag up. They breaking some more ice. Don't know if I can do this job, y'all. Don't know if I can do this job. I don't know. I don't think that's a job for me. You know, I don't like tight spaces. I don't think I could be in no submarine like that with a. It's like being in like a can of sardines or something. I don't know, but I'm glad that there are people out there that are willing to do it because they serve the country and they do so much of a fantastic job for us, you guys. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. We got to go on over to Houston. We were talking about this a second ago, where 4 homeless people were found unalive due to the freezing temperature. So we had 7 in New York. We got 4 so far in Houston. We got many going that we have not even been found out yet, that we have not been able to report yet.
All right, Justin, thank you. We are experiencing another morning of below freezing temperatures, putting our most vulnerable at risk.
And in the last 24 hours, 4 people were found dead on Houston streets. Police have not confirmed if weather played a factor. The medical examiner will now determine a cause of death. And KPRC2 News reporter Kathy Hernandez is live downtown with more on this. Kathy.
Good morning to you, Sophia and Daniela as well. Out here, it is brutally cold, of course, as we've been saying, putting our most vulnerable at risk. Take a look right behind me here. We're a block away from Dyken Park, an area where a lot of homeless people come to stay, but right now only we see blankets and sleeping bags here. We actually don't see anyone here under this overpass, so that is a good sign. Hopefully those people there are in warming centers instead. Right now we are reaching out to HPD overnight to see if they've received any other reports, as the Houston area is experiencing another morning of below freezing temperatures. All 4 of those people were discovered within 12 hours of each other yesterday. Police first found a woman at Tranquility Park yesterday morning. Then they found a second person on Congress Street and Milam Street at about 1 in the afternoon. Then the Houston Fire Department, who were proactively checking areas downtown where people experiencing homelessness are known to shelter, discovered a man and a woman beneath an overpass near Congress and Hamilton. Police say they were found bundled up, apparently trying to stay warm. We spoke with Ivan Sanchez, the director of Together for Texas, a homeless advocate who spent 3 days last week with volunteers handing out clothes, blankets, and water. He also encouraged people in downtown to go to warming centers.
Cold weather isn't an inconvenience. It's life-threatening. And I'm heartbroken. I've said that again. It makes me feel that I could have done a little bit more.
Absolutely heartbreaking. Police say none of the deaths are suspicious, but dozens of warming centers that have been open here in Harris County and other counties are set to close today. But what happens next? As Justin has been telling us, we are also going to experience freezing temperatures this weekend. We are reaching out to the city and the county to figure out exactly what they plan to do. Reporting live in downtown Houston, Kathy Hernandez, KPRC2.
Oh, you guys want to double tap that screen and get those likes up. Also want to pray for the people that lost their lives in this tragic event right here. No one should lose their lives to being cold. Hopefully they get this thing together. They're talking about it's going to be cold this weekend as well. I know it's going to be very cold again in New York as well, in New York here as well. Hopefully people will go to some warming centers. I understand that you guys do not like being in the shelters because a lot of people, homeless people, say that the shelters are like prisons, but it comes down to you having a place to stay and stay warm. I just think that people need to probably take another approach and see if they can just try to hang in there and go ahead and go to a shelter, because it's very dangerous to be out there in this temperature in these degrees. And we want to pray for every single person that lost their life. I want to pray for every animal out there that's suffering right now, that's going through bad, terrible tragedy right now because of this cold. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. That was terrible right there. That was crazy. We got to get into Dexter's law right now. We got a situation where Dexter is a dog. Dog named, yeah, we got another situation that happened yesterday. I want to get into this too, and I don't want to just put something funny in before it either. Got a 12-year-old girl, yeah. 16-year-old girl, she lost her life during a sledding accident. I want you guys to be very careful out there when you're doing this sledding. I've had situations happen to me myself where you go down the hill on Central Park, you're on top of a cardboard box, you may be on top of something that might not be the right type of structure. Rocks on the ground, it can actually cut through and cut you. You can actually hit into stuff a certain way if you don't know how to navigate and get around trees. Can't just find places that's, oh, it's got snow here, so let's try to sled. It's not a good idea. The reason being is because it should be a clear area, and even in clear areas, things can happen. But don't get behind cars and try to get on no sled and try to be surfing and going on no couch or nothing like that, because a tragedy can happen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got a 16-year-old that lost her life during a sledding accident when they were trying to be on social network going viral.
With so much of the USA blanketed with snow, it's a sled fest out there. We're seeing wild antics across social media, kids taking big risks in pursuit of thrills. One viral stunt is hooking a sled up to a car and getting hauled around at high speed through the snowy streets. Ouch, that had to hurt. And watch these girls go flying when their sled hits a curb. That same stunt has left one Texas family in a state of anguish today. 16-year-old Elizabeth Angle was riding on a sled with a friend behind a Jeep driven by a high school classmate. A doorbell camera captured them going down the street. The Jeep turns a corner. 1 minute later, the sled hit a curb, and Elizabeth and her friend were catapulted into this tree. Elizabeth was killed. Her friend is still in the ICU. Here in New York Central Park, you can hear squeals of delight echoing throughout this popular sledding spot. Looks like a lot of fun, right? But it can go wrong in an instant. Every year, 25,000 kids and adults.
This is my park, I know.
Adults end up in the emergency room because of sledding accidents. Last year, Jessica Woolweber was sledding with her 10-year-old daughter when she crashed headfirst into a tree. She was left paralyzed.
I would have never thought a day of fun would result in me now being in a wheelchair forever.
Orthopedic surgeon Dr. Frank Moda says taking some simple precautions can help keep you safe. First and foremost, wear a helmet. Go down the hill feet first, not head first.
First of all, I don't know what the H+OUR hockey sticks you're talking about. You must have never did any sledding before. You're not the end all to say all where you're gonna wind up going front ways, sideways, or at an angle. You can try your best to go down feet first, but that don't mean that you're gonna wind up feet first going down. If you ever did sledding, you guys know what I'm talking about.
You go down with your feet first, you're able to use your feet to kind of help you slow down.
Not when you're 20 miles an hour.
Andy says use an actual sled that you can steer, not an improvised sled like this guy. He's using an old suitcase. Good advice that could make the difference between going home for hot chocolate instead of to the ER.
Another thing I wanted you guys to notice is another thing. It seems like it was funny and all of that, but you see that thing right there sticking up out the ground? See that thing sticking up out the ground? Now what if he would have fell? Exactly, it's called impalement. Can definitely happen. Be careful out there, y'all. Be careful. Yeah, right there, a little piece of stick. Yeah, a few inches away, a few more inches away, it would have been a whole different story.
Home for hot chocolate instead of to the ER.
Another tip, when walking back up the hill, always use the sides so you stay out of the way of other sledders.
Oh man, I remember I was in Central Park and I told my cousin to get on top of the cardboard box. We were so evil back then, I don't know why. I told her to get on the cardboard box and there was trees. I don't know why we thought that it was okay to go sledding in this area that there were trees. Man, she started going down that hill. She caught some speed. Next thing you know, that joint turned around backwards. Bow! Backwards against the tree. Oh man. Oh, I know. I shouldn't laugh, but that shit was funny as hell. It wasn't that much speed. I'm not talking about Sonny Bono speed. I'm not talking about that. But just enough speed to rock her and make her fall off and make us be like, it was crazy. She was okay. She did not get hurt. She did not get hurt, I promise you guys. Let's get on over to Dexter's Law. It's said to take effect after this dog park changed the law. There was a push for Dog's Law to change right here, or for Dexter's Law. Let's get into this, you guys.
A new Florida law named after a dog killed just days after being adopted will go into effect on Thursday. East Channel's Georgia MacArthur explains how the law came to be and what will change starting on January 1st. Georgia.
Yeah, Josh, Dexter's Law actually creates tougher penalties for animal abusers, and it also allows pet adoption centers like this one to be able to track offenders statewide. Dexter was a 4-year-old dog adopted from a shelter found decapitated just days later at Fort DeSoto Park in Pinellas County. The case shocked the community and sparked a push for change. Animal advocate Debbie DeRino helped push the legislation, saying the new system addresses failures in existing registries.
That's a serious crime. That's a sick person. And the public needs to know about these people.
The man convicted, Domingo Rodriguez, was sentenced earlier this year to 1 year and 60 days in jail. Advocates say that sentence highlighted gaps in Florida's animal cruelty laws.
What I really like is right now it's just the prosecution of the cases to the fullest extent of the law, that even the laws we already have. And that's just not really being done.
Starting January 1st, Dexter's Law goes into effect. It adds sentencing multipliers, giving judges the option to keep convicted abusers behind bars.
I want you guys to know who this person is. He's below animal. He's below the doo-doo on your shoe when you step on it by mistake. He is low. He is filth. If I could say what I want to say, you know what I'm saying. Same thing for the dog should go for him.
Longer and creates a public statewide database of animal cruelty cases.
Anybody that's been charged with animal cruelty will go into that database. And they will stay in that database for 10 years and then drop out.
At the Hillsborough County Pet Resource Center, staff say the law builds on safeguards already in place and closes a major loophole when people cross county lines.
With the new state law, what we'll be able to do is check statewide. So if somebody comes to us from another county, we will be able to ensure that they aren't receiving a pet that they shouldn't be having.
And when Dexter's Law does go into effect on January 1st, it will immediately apply to new cases. Josh.
Georgia, before that new law, how were people convicted of these animal abuse cases? How were they tracked?
Yeah, so this is the thing, Josh. Judges actually had a court order, so it was up to the offender to register when they were convicted. However, if they do leave the state or another county, they will have to reapply because that registration doesn't follow them. Animal advocates say that's where that falls short. Josh.
Okay. Georgia MacArthur.
That means that they're gonna make it mandatory for them to re-register. I hope they get some time, just like an S offender. You guys know what I'm talking about. Messing with our animals out here like that. We love animals. We don't play that game around here. I wanted you guys to see that story because I know how you are. I know how my people are, my family is. Sometimes you gotta show them certain things so that we can be on point. Make sure that you're being careful about who you let babysit your animal or who you let take care of them. Oh, it was a mistake. He got off the leash. The leash. The leash. The leash. I could just keep on hearing that. He got off the leash. You don't bring him outside until he's on the leash. What the hell are you talking about? Let's keep on moving forward. We got to go on over to Phoenix. Pigface arrested in Pinal County, and several charges are going to stick on this guy now. Yes, that's right. His name is Pigface. I said it right. I know what I'm talking about. Pigface. Let's go.
A Venezuelan national with alleged ties to a South American gang trend.
Trying to take over another part of the United States, like them other dudes tried to do in that apartment complex. Got caught up and got him.
Nicaragua accused of trying to take over an entire Arizona neighborhood.
DPS says it happened in Hidden Valley, south of Maricopa, earlier in the month, and Fox 10's Nicole Christine breaks down the case.
Gang activity and terrorism in a rural Arizona community. Those are the allegations behind the arrest of Venezuelan national Javier Arazo Zuniga, who Arizona DPS says was claiming the Hidden Valley neighborhood south of the city of Maricopa as his territory and threatening victims who live there. According to DPS, Arazo Zuniga is part of the Tren de Aragua gang out of Venezuela, which was designated as a foreign terrorist organization by President Donald Trump in 2025. Arazo Zuniga reportedly goes by the alias Pigface. One victim reported being held at gunpoint by Pigface in his own driveway in December. Pigface also allegedly put another victim in a headlock and held a knife up to the man's neck, leaving a cut back in 2024.
He did that Nino Brown. You are going to give us the Carter. You know you're going to do that. He's trying to take over the neighborhood, intimidating people.
On January 9th, DPS executed a search warrant at Arazo Zuniga's property located behind me here in Hidden Valley. In his room, they say they found the firearm connected to the December incident. Pigface was booked into the Pinal County Jail and faces several charges, including assisting a criminal street gang, aggravated assault, and terrorism. He's being held on a $250,000 bond. Fox 10 spoke to some locals off camera who said they were too afraid to speak and be identified for fear of retaliation and the possibility that there could be other criminals with ties to Pigface in the area.
Just because he locked up don't mean that his buddies won't go over there and get y'all. So you know what smart people do? I ain't see it. I ain't hear it. I don't know about nothing that's got to do with it. Double tap that screen. You guys double tap that screen. We got more to get into right now. This here, pretty sad. Especially if you spent your money on buying a home and you wanted it to be on the shore or by the water. Next thing you know, something like this happened. Pretty crazy, you guys. I want you to see this. We got a major situation going on over here with a massive landslide in Sicily where houses are beginning to collapse. The first collapses are being seen by drone because can't nobody else go over there. I'm talking about sliding off the land out of here. Not even into water, just dropping off the side of the mountain. This is in Sicily. Thing is breaking up. As you guys can see, it looked like an earthquake happened out there where the entire structure of part of the land is just collapsed. People got to evacuate.
Lucia. Nothing. Don't call. It's not a disaster. Everything is ruined. Everything is broken. There are no more houses. Soon there won't be any more houses. In 30 years, nothing has been done here to restore the area. They made us invest again. We bought this house. We bought this house a year ago, renovated it, spent nothing, spent a lot of money, and now we are homeless. But no, there are so many people here. So many people. We were quiet at home. We were having lunch. We heard voices outside. We looked out. There's a landslide. The landslide is starting.
separation was crazy. All the cars fell. That's all fallen cars, fallen land that was actually joined together before. Somebody's parking garage, all of that was joined together before. All of that is now falling down. Everything you see on the bottom is falling there. Some of these recovery vehicles to fix stuff, but it's crazy, y'all. Pray for the people of Sicily in this area, this town, these people. Also, if there was anybody hurt, want to pray for them as well as any animals and family members. We want to pray that you got to get out of there and evacuate because it's still settling. It seems like it's a lot going on there, but we want to send our prayers and our love to you over there, and hopefully you guys can get through this terrible time. Amen. Do you see how we said that they made us invest a year ago? We just bought this home a year ago. Now you talk about buyer's remorse. That's buyer's remorse right there, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. Got a situation I want you guys to see about Courtney Freeman. She's an 11-year-old who lost her life to a 15-year-old. Some tragic events that did not have to happen. I want you guys to see this right here because I don't think there's anywhere else that's going to show this story right here that's coming out. Check this story out, you guys. Check this out.
A Kansas City teen will spend 20 years behind bars in the deadly shooting of 11-year-old Courtney Freeman. Ramori Roth was tried as an adult and pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. KSHP 41's Kansas City reporter Alyssa Jackson has been following this story from the beginning. Today, she was in court for the final step in the case.
It's been almost 2 years, and this was a day in court that Courtney Freeman's family has been waiting for. Her youth was a constant reminder for the judge. And another sticking point, you have an 11-year-old victim and a defendant who was 16 at the time of the offense. Those are two futures that will never be the same. The next 20 years of Ramori Roth's life will be spent in prison for second-degree murder. With credit for time served, he'll get out in his mid-30s. Courtney's future ended the day he pulled the trigger, firing several shots inside of her home.
She would have been everything. She wanted to be a lawyer. She wanted to be an OBGYN.
Because the judge did not allow cameras in court, I can only describe the hearing.
A 20-year sentence for somebody that was 16 years old at the time of the offense is not common. For him to be certified as an adult necessarily is not common.
The state painted Courtney in a way that would compel the judge to see her youth. Roth followed, taking full accountability for a circumstance he said shouldn't have happened like it did.
It will forever mess with me because I seen it happen and I watched it.
Courtney's sister is both critical, wishing Roth would serve more time, and grateful for the work of the prosecutors. She knew where her sister would be if she were still here.
If she was here now, she would be working with the kids at her school, stopping violence and stuff. That was her favorite thing to work on, stopping the violence.
That's what her class would say too when I heard their voices last November.
She had so much power and she had so much strength, and she was a true advocate for every single person that she came in contact with.
The case painted a visual of two futures here, one taken.
I know she's watching, so.
And one sentenced to carry the consequences. Alyssa Jackson, KSHB 41 News.
Makes no sense.
Imagine being...
Just makes no sense. Ignorant, pow-powing, crazy, and a stray takes out a 12-year-old. And it's always from some crumb bum that takes out an angel, somebody that could have had a very positive effect on life. Somebody that was against exactly what she lost her life for. I want to pray for her soul as well as her family members and everybody suffering in this tragic event, because this was a major loss. She's only 12 years old, but you could see that what she was about to be in her life if she would have been given the chance to live her life. I want to pray for her soul as well as her family, and hopefully people can see what happened out of this and learn and get better out of it, and work better with people, get over tragic situations like this. Amen. Crazy right there. 12 years old, y'all. 12. Got a mail carrier now that's on leave. No, we're not doing that one. I want you guys to see this one. That's more important. You know why they tell you never throw batteries in the garbage? I'm going to show you why right now. I hear the garbage truck outside right now as I speak. But this is why they tell you never throw batteries in the garbage. lithium-ion batteries, they explode once it's compacted. He has no choice but to dump this out. Oh. He has no choice. It's gonna blow the truck up if he don't. Now you better hope he got some, yeah, you need that. You gotta get to it. No, that's all he can do. You gotta do it.
U-turn, U-turn, U-turn.
This is why you do not leave batteries inside the garbage. He has no choice but to open this truck up. He ran out already. It ran out. He ain't got enough. He don't got enough.
This might even pop.
He got to worry about where the gas tank is located at. You know that, right? He's going to try to move the truck to dump it out. See what batteries do? I'd rather have that debris up there burning in the truck bed and inside of there getting hot where that gas is at, then boom, boom, boom. Make sure you dispose of batteries the right way, guys. You guys, I don't got to keep on saying it. Just make sure you do not dispose of those batteries. I'm just going to throw these in the garbage. As soon as that compactor comes down, explodes the battery, it sparks and ignites whatever's around it. And that's what starts the flame to go. That's why they tell you to dispose of batteries the right way, correctly. Keep on moving forward because this is somebody that, I could never be like this guy. I look up to him. Literally, I would be looking up to him. Wondering. I would be looking up to him, scared, because he got to be out of his mind to be able to do this. He need to be sponsored by Nike, talking about just do it. Keep on moving forward, you guys. Do me a favor, if y'all appreciate the content that you just saw and you learned from the battery situation, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell down there so you know we're on. Check out this situation right here. Alex Hunold. He climbs to the top of a 101-story skyscraper. Again, I ain't messing around with no heights. Only heights I'm messing around with is Washington Heights, because I'm not doing nothing like this. Let's open up this screen right here. Check this out.
What did his mom think? That's the question many had as they watched a world-famous daredevil scale one of the tallest skyscrapers in the world live on TV this weekend. Well, our Jim Murray found out, speaking to his mom today.
Planet Earth is marveling over daredevil Alex Honnold's climb to the top of a 101-story skyscraper.
He's done it!
That's Honnold's wife looking out from the 60th floor. His mom was watching from Las Vegas, where she lives.
Initially, I was not going to watch it. I didn't want to see it, but I figured I didn't want to be the only one on the planet who didn't know what happened, you know.
Deirdre Wolinick is also a climber, making history by becoming the oldest woman to climb Yosemite's 3,000-foot El Capitan at age 70. When he finally made it to the top, I loved the fact that he took a selfie.
At that point, my two friends were jumping up and down yelling, "Sit down, Alex! Sit down, Alex!"
That was some climb.
Alex says he hopes people who watched his climb are inspired to pursue their own challenges.
Somebody said that they watched it the other day. Look in the comments. Somebody actually watched it. I watched it the other day, and it was very cool, says Patrick. Google how to dispose of lithium or batteries. There you go. No way would I do something like that. Tell me where to take the old batteries. Just name one recycling plant. You're right about that. What I did find out was Best Buy, they had a little dump off place for lithium batteries and for old computers. I noticed that. Best Buy had that. Maybe some of the electronic stores that you might want to take that stuff back to, because the truth about it is they're going to make money from it. If you give them an old computer that got batteries in it, they're going to try to recycle that thing and probably get some money out of it. I noticed that there were some buildings on, like, let's say in Manhattan, that I noticed at the end of like 9th Avenue, they have their own containers where the building just dumps all the computers and batteries and things like that. You're going to have to Google it if you're really trying to get into it, but I would appreciate it, and a lot of other people would. But I would try to start off with like electronic centers like Best Buy and the ones that are local to you. See if that works. Double tap that screen to get those likes up, because now not only are they just like this information, Anthony just did it. That's why I said he need to be down with Nike. Just do it. Because I know 700 other people that's not going to be down with Nike no more. That's right. We got Nike that is expecting to lay off 700 employees in Tennessee and in Mississippi. Keep on moving forward, you guys. I'm sorry to report this story, but if you work in Nike...
Get to some breaking news. Does not have to do with the storm, but it does have to do with a big company here in Memphis. One of Memphis' largest employers just announcing it's laying off 775 employees, in Tennessee and Mississippi. In a statement to ABC 24, the company wrote, "We are sharpening our supply chain footprint, accelerating the use of advanced technology and automation, and investing in these skills for our teams that they will need for the future. We are working to find out when those layoffs will take effect."
Uh-oh. Nike being kind of secretive with it too. Nike like, yeah, we got to let off 777. Yeah, but we're going to let you know when it's happening. Anybody see these food delivery droids? These little boxes. They got these little boxes out here right now where they can just like deliver your food to you. I don't understand what's going on with that, and a lot of other people are starting to knock them down and do crazy things with them. Whoever that person is spamming right there, you might want to be careful. Even though you're right and love Trump, you might want to chill out on that, because my mods might get you up out of here. We see what you're saying. I already acknowledge you. Please don't do that in the chat. Let's keep on moving forward with this food delivery robot under attack from vandals, thieves, stealing the food and just knocking them over. You guys ever see these delivery pods trying to deliver food outside? Watch this.
Now at 5:30, Hollywood's food delivery robots are under attack. Videos show vandals kicking them and even tipping them over. Good evening, this is the KTLA 5 News at 5:30. I'm Pedro Rivera.
And down there at Beth McDade.
Homeboy like, hell with this, I'm hungry. Y'all can make this food again. I'm taking this.
In for Sheriff Calvin on this Monday evening. Yes, those self-driving robots, well, they're supposed to deliver food and other items, but they've recently become targets for thieves and vandals.
KTLA 5's Rachel Minnesota joins us live in Hollywood with more on how these delivery disruptions are really impacting businesses who use them. Rachel.
Pedro and B, you've probably seen the robots scooting along the sidewalks here in Hollywood and elsewhere around the city. They're becoming more and more popular for food delivery post-COVID. The problem is some people seem to be taking advantage of the new technology. Viral TikTok videos appear to show people tampering with these autonomous delivery drivers. In this case, stealing the contents inside, tossing them over, and even kicking the robot en route to deliver food. Vandals targeting the new tech, which businesses like Blue Jam in Hollywood rely on.
I think it was a great idea for COVID. Everything was just like hands-free. You don't have to deal with anybody. Just if something shows up at your door and you just grab your stuff and go.
Hey, like, hell with that. Give me this
general
food.
Manager here, he says ultimately it becomes a burden on the business.
We just have to remake the food. Luckily, we still get reimbursed for that, so we're not seeing too much out of pocket, but I can see how Postmates and DoorDash and Uber can be hurting from it. Yeah, especially because they also seem like they're expensive, so breaking one of those things, pretty penny.
Service Robotics, which operates many of the robots that you see in and around West Hollywood, is aware of these incidents caught on camera. It says oftentimes its technology, which is clearly visible, can be a target. Nevertheless, it still maintains a 99% completion rate.
Not that one.
For users of this newer
that must be that one right there.
delivery service. Seeing the damage done is disturbing.
They're helping small businesses and they're not causing any harm, and I think people are just like looking for attention.
The way I look at it is, so the robots actually are helping the smaller communities, shops, mom and pop shops, get to your house. And so it's really sad to see that people still try to vandalize them.
The robots do remain locked and have their own cameras rolling. One company, Starship Technologies, which developed one version of this robot, says if a situation ever escalates, the robot sounds a loud siren, and all incidents are ultimately reported. Here at Hoika Hollywood, its staff have a simple request.
Just be mindful. I think that's that's what we need right now in the world.
So somebody said that they feel like these robots are taken away from delivery people, but some people say that they're not because they're actually being able to be accessed and worked with by small businesses. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Double tap that screen. Let's get these likes up because now we got this dog who's happiest when you're shoveling ice. That's right. That's the way this guy loves to be. He loves to slide on it. That's right. He likes to, well, not just ice when you think about it. This furry friend that I met, he likes to slide on anything that you put on the ground if you think about it. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up because I want you to see this dog that's very happy when he's sliding on ice. Check it out.
Ollie has literally been pushing ice chunks since his first winter. It's been his lifelong hobby.
Look at his back legs. Look at his back legs. That's why she's laughing at him. Look at his back legs when he's pushing it.
But eventually he's like, okay, I just want to eat it now. I'm done. It makes me so happy to see him happy. He throws his head back and he just has a goofy grin on his face the whole time. Besides ice, he also likes to push kind of anything that he can get a grip on that still can move across the ground. So frisbees, sticks, dog toys, even a skateboard.
He's adorable, right?
This isn't something he only does in the winter. It's something he practices in the off season too. So
you just predicted it. Somebody said, get that dog a skateboard.
We've done a few different ways of trying to freeze ice, to make ice from the push, even when it's not naturally occurring in the right season. What we've had to figure out is it has to have enough traction for his paws or else he'll just slip right off of it.
He loves it. He's having a ball.
Pushing ice is definitely never something that's going to go away for him. He loves it, and I love to see him happy. So whoa! We're gonna keep trying new things to bring him more joy.
Still going.
That's right, you guys. You know we love the animals over here. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. Somebody said, get that dog a skateboard. That's crazy right there. Y'all want more? Do y'all want some more? Because I got a little bit more for you. And I think this is probably going to be adorable. You know what? Let's go for it. Sometimes we just got to go there. I'm not even going to ask. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. Anybody ever see a monkey get adopted? Check this out.
You feel?
A spider.
Clean my ears. Huh? Oh, check the neighbors. Okay, check the neighbors.
He was taken from his mother by poachers.
Winston! Winston! Where?
But he was rescued by a sanctuary.
He was in an illegal situation, had been poached and smuggled in, and was not doing well. He was ultimately confiscated and brought to us. And at the time, he was the size of a soda can. He was very small. I wasn't sure he was going to make it. He was very malnourished. He was kind of struggling to survive. I pretty much had to hold him, keep him on me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the first 2 months. He required extra nutrition, lots of supplements, IV fluids and hydration, things like that to rehabilitate his health. He lost his mom. He'd been pulled from her in the wild. I think he just needed to know that, stability was there. Just like a small child. There was a lot of trust building. Winston, what are you doing? But here we are a year later. Oh, hi, bud. And he's about to pop in right behind me here. He's doing great. Come here, Winston. Winston is thriving. He's happy. He's healthy. He's whole. He's
Somebody say he looks like a friend I used to chill with.
absolutely fantastic. You know, when you raise these babies, they build such a trust and a bond and an attachment. It's just like my kids. They're amazing creatures, and it's such an honor. It's very humbling to work with these guys every day. Every time I think I'm really smart, I know what I'm.
He said he plans to build a huge sanctuary and attach it directly to their home for him.
I had a lifelong passion for working with animals. I mean, since I was a small child, I noticed that there's a lot of primates out there who are becoming displaced, who are abused, abandoned, neglected. So we founded Spark, our nonprofit charity that focuses on giving a forever home to abandoned, abused, and neglected primates. Babies are raised here in the home, but we do have a large sanctuary property in Ohio. I generally just tell people, this is not a pet. This has to be a member of the family. And so unless you're ready to add a member of the family, this is not a choice you need to make. And when they're adults, you know, they need at least a 15 or 20 foot tall enclosure outside. So
you got to make an enclosure for them. You got to really go in when it comes down to those. So yeah, if you guys are planning on getting a spider monkey or something like that as a rescue, it is a rather large investment. If you got the money, the plans to do it, and the means to do it, go for it. Because you know what? YOLO. You only live once. And if you're trying to make some money, all y'all got to do is hit that link in the description. That's right. We went extended today because I wanted to bring you guys some good feelings, some good spirits, so that when you get out here, you heard the negative, you saw everything else that was going on, but we had to bring it back to humanity, back to the love, and back to the peace, you guys. That's right. That's how we do it at Our Bottom Line. And also, what are we about to say right now? If you guys have a business that you're trying to promote, you might be a small business owner, you might be a lawyer, you might have a landscaping business, you might even clear snow. If you got a business like that, we want to help you promote your business. Send over your promos to us at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That's bridge, like the Brooklyn Bridge. This, like this, not that, llc@gmail.com, and we'll put up your promos. But the only thing about it is they have to be in 1080 by 1080 size frame, because that's what YouTube wants for the post notification area. You guys know what I'm saying, right? Also, we got that Show Your Talent search that's coming up. That's right, we've been promoting it, and soon as this weather breaks, your boy BOOGOTTINYC, you see me right there, presented by Big Drip Hard Punch and my DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew. We're going to be bringing Big Drip Hard Punch to you for tastings, as well as the Show Your Talent search. That's where Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island, you guys come out to our location where we're going to be at. And if you're good, you got some talent, show us. And if you win, boom, $250 right on spot. And if we have the finals, once we have the finals and bring everybody together, somebody's gonna win $1,000. That's right, you guys, at the finals, a group, a single person, you never know. One person will walk away with the grand prize of $1,000. That's right, you guys, wanna be part of the Big Drip Show Your Talent search, all you gotta do is go over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Put your email address in. We're going to let you guys know updates of where we're going to be having the talent show, when we're going to come out, and where we're going to be. Must be 21 and older, because the majority of the times we do it online. I mean, we do it at a liquor store. But if you're not in a liquor store and you want to do it some other location, off and come on camera, we may be able to work something out for you, because 21 and older not necessarily applies to that when you're online. You can just press the button right there and show us your talent. That's right. It's going to be a virtual content as well as combined with a physical talent show called Show Your Talent search that we got coming up soon as this weather breaks. Go ahead and start putting those email addresses in so we can let you guys know the calendar, where we're going to be, and when you guys can be a part of it. That's right, you guys. It is hump day. That's right, Wednesday. It's cold outside in New York. Still got a lot of snow to clear. Hopefully you guys are cleared out and able to move around and function. Wasn't so scary as they said it was, huh? Didn't have to buy all that food, huh? Okay, but the fact of the matter that you're stocked up now doesn't mean that you don't have to still be careful. Make sure that you guys are staying warm, staying healthy out there. So what we got to do right now is we always pray to the man upstairs and say thank you for health, for love, for the spirit, to be a part of this world, and to thank you for every single day that I get to come here and do our bottom line. I want to say thank you for the chat. I want to pray that everybody here stays healthy, and I want to be able to see them tomorrow for another episode of Our Bottom Line. Who we praying for right now? We got Rebecca Longian in the building. I see Casey. Who else? I see Liberty and Justice. Thank you so much for holding it down how you always do, girl. I seen you knocking them down today. I saw you. I saw you getting busy. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Also want to pray for Nikki. Also want to pray for Jeff Spilker, Batty Lynn, Liberty and Justice, Rebecca Longian Bueno. Hey, go Patrick. How you doing, Patrick? We got Vince in the building, Audrey, Frank, Miss Swanza, thank you so much, Sarah Cooper. I see Nikki, Mark Dorfman, Audrey, Jay Woods, Vince, that's the scam god, Sarah, Audrey, Cest. We got Dina, making sure that we get those prayers in today, because you guys, we care about you, we love you. We want to make sure that your family members and your pets and every single one has a fantastic day, so that we say to you, amen. Hopefully we guys see you here tomorrow, 6 o'clock in the morning, to do it all over again on Thursday. Y'all know how we doing it. Hope you guys like the new view. I hope the screens were much more clearer for you, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And with that being said, y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that y'all came here to chill with me on Our Bottom Line this Wednesday, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, y'all know what it is. Get 'em! Peace.